Davidy, you there, bro?
I'm here.
Hello. Yeah, sorry. Would you mind doing the introductions? I'm just going to make sure I've got the sound levels kind of finished up a little
No problem.
bit.
We're here with game 2 of FNATIC and next. The first game it's an exciting game, a very strong win from FNATIC. A little bit of a trolly win, more trolly than we typically see in pro play, but I'm sure it was all in good fun.
Sorry, I've actually got some stats for that. I'll have them from my stats guy, Applejack. My new stats guy, Applejack. Yay!
Oh, Applejack has actually been sending me a couple stats as well. And while we're waiting for the first bands to come out, interesting tidbit relating to the last game. Since December 1st of last year, I believe it was 15 Midases. I believe, if I remember correctly, was the number of Midases that AA built, and has been 5 in the last 3 months. So definitely an increasing trend as of late, and I think one that we'll see to continue. I think it's not necessarily the best way to use AA in all situations, but it is a legitimate way to use him. After the laning phase to turn him into a farmer. He just doesn't contribute that much in late game team fights, and his squishiness is a real problem, but
Indeed.
a lot of global potential.
Indeed. Also, another little quick stat from Yapple. This is the first time Night Stalker has gotten more than 10 GG branches. Are we surprised?
I'm not sure. I would guess that's something close to a record for GG branches from Night Stalker. Could be wrong.
In fact, Yapple, is that the most GG branches ever bought by any hero in any pro game ever? Because that wouldn't surprise me.
If not, I'm sure it's among a select few.
Yeah. Also, most troll. I think that's got to be somewhere up there.
That was a very trolly game, much more than we typically see on the pro scene.
It was all Night Stalker. I mean, it was all him.
That's true. That's true. Honey just had some aggression that he needed to work out. What is next doing? Are they AFK? They're about to lose. They just lost all of their time, all of their bonus time on that one ban.
I think we must have a problem here. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat. FNATIC are obviously still here. There's the Invoker. I'm wondering if maybe this isn't entirely in the spirit of fun, and next are actually a little bit upset. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell if there's a good relationship between these teams, and when you do that a little bit, everyone has fun. It's just like, yeah, this wasn't a good one for us, and yeah, okay, yeah, you may find us a bit. That's fine. If you've already got a bit of tension, it obviously is just going to exacerbate it. And
absolutely.
Looks like next are just letting the counter roll down every time.
Ember Spirit first pick.
FNATIC running out the Doom, also picking up the Lifestealer. Are we gonna see the clock run down again? I mean, I don't know, not necessarily. Maybe they were just thinking, well, you know, bans. Maybe they did just need to have more of a conversation about it, and they figured, well, 2 bans. The bans aren't that important. It's working out an overall strategy.
Sure, IO is a great ban against FNATIC, so I don't think they're making bad choices.
Randoms,
so maybe they just need to talk it out and decide how they wanted to do it. Hopefully that's all it was, and hopefully no one's feelings are scarred or anyway.
That's my hope. That is most definitely my hope. I'm just gonna do another final check on my audio volumes here because,
no problem.
As I say,
as we see Crystal Maiden and OD come out as the next bans. Crystal Maiden definitely would be very helpful to Elder Titan and Ember Spirit, but especially Elder Titan with his significant mana issues early in the game. Next ban come out from next, definitely a hero that Trixie is happy to play.
Yep.
Perhaps the burst damage on Ember Spirit could be somewhat of a threat, not being the most tanky of carries.
Yeah, I mean, one way or another, whatever's going on here, we are seeing, you know, very good bans, very good picks from both teams, so it's going to be a good game either way.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Still nothing in the
Ember
chat.
Spirit with his burst magic damage definitely combos well with the Elder Titan auras.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I also Elder Titan, that massive reduction in armor, 100% is crazy. But also the removal of magic resistance works the same as armor. In that if you get into the stage where you have negative magic resistance, it doesn't just work out at 0; it actually amplifies the damage that you're taking.
Right.
And what is it at max level there? Base resist 33%. Hero average is most heroes have 25% magic resistance, so yeah, that would actually amp up most spells once it gets to level 4.
Shadow Demon also, you know, works sort of along the same process. That could be a very nice dual lane if they wanted to run it. Shadow Demon and Elder Titan. You don't want to have a spirit walking around when he chooses to call in the Shadow Poison or release it. So.
Absolutely, yeah, because that's just
Ooh,
a massive.
the Meepo pick from FNATIC.
Is this going to be?
Era.
I mean, that's a lot of carries they've got there. No, Meepo, Lifestealer, Doom.
I guess we're going to see a Doom mid, which is not illegitimate. Good pick from Mirana. You definitely want to have strong gank against the Meepo, but Ember Spirit's not exactly lacking a gank, so.
What do you reckon we'll see? Doom
could be turning trolly.
Doom Ember mid as the mid one-on-one. Do you think?
Yeah.
We could even get a Lich. I mean, Lich is one of those supports who you kind of need if you're thinking of running a dual mid. So that could be the plan. If they can farm up a Lifestealer and Meepo in the side lanes and have Doom Lich mid.
I could see that, yeah. That would not.
That
be
would
bad.
work. Actually, I mean that would
Meepo
work great. You got the extra XP from Sacrifice and the extra XP from Devour.
I would guess they're gonna want to solo Meepo in the safe lane, as you typically do with Meepo. So we'll see. So that could actually be interesting. But then they're gonna have to have a good support with a lot of harass for a Lifestealer and a dual off lane, I guess. I wonder if we'll see next try to go aggressive to try to punish the Meepo pick.
I think this is a pick that's going to decide whether or not FNATIC are trolling, in my mind at least. If it's a support, then legit strat. If it's Chaos Knight or something, then yeah.
The troll pick would probably be Storm Spirit. That would be what you'd think would be the troll pick here, but.
Well, you can run a semi-support Doom. So with a Storm, you'd have Storm mid.
Yeah.
Doom going. Yeah, okay, yeah, that would be a bit of a troll pick, but it wouldn't be that bad, I don't think. As another melee heavy carry, that would just be ridiculous. And the Storm got banned though. Final next ban was Storm, so.
See? Yeah, there you go.
Good call on that. Good call on that.
Oh, support sniper.
And it's sniper. So
I love the support sniper.
Are we seeing? Okay, are we seeing a jungle Doom or are we seeing a support Doom, or are we seeing a jungle Naix? What is going on? What is going on? Tell me that. Oh, we're gonna have a little bit of lag here again, just until people pick heroes. Dot dot dots. Dot dot dots. Dots, dot, dots, dot, dot, dots. Got a little bit of headbang in there from Lifestealer as the animations caught up with the game click. Do do do. Ah doo dee doo dee doo.
Lifestealer he's an ugly guy. I mean, there's no way around that.
I think FNATIC have a pretty ugly team overall, really, if we look at this. I mean, Lich, Meepo, Lifestealer, Doom. Put it this way, Sniper's probably the best looking of the bunch, and that's not what you want to hear.
Well said.
That's not.
I think Lich is not conventionally. I wouldn't call him attractive, but he's got his own aesthetic qualities to him. Sniper's just sort of laughable.
I mean, he has no nose because his face is legitimately a skull, but
that's true.
Yeah, I guess he's got the kind of cool pointy bits. He does have ears, despite the fact that his head is a skull. Anyway, I think we're not focusing on the important stuff. Do you want to introduce the teams?
I think we should spend most of this game analyzing Lich's ears, but if you insist, I'm willing to. We'll start with Next again this time, since they had a little bit of rough time. We have Wadafaka gonna be mid here on the Ember Spirit. We are gonna see the aggressive tri-lane, which I definitely think is the right decision. Torpor here on the Mirana as the carry. QWE on the Shadow Demon and Keanu Reeves on the Leshrac. That's a very good aggressive tri-lane.
It is.
Disruption into Split Earth into Mirana Arrow will make this lane difficult for Meepo. I'm really glad to see their pick. Mantis is going to be soloing the safe lane as a Elder Titan. Also a very good solo safe lane. For FNATIC, we have Trixie in the off lane. Probably going to be supported by Lich on the Fly on the Lich. Mid, we have Hani going up against the Ember Spirit. We have Meepo going to be getting the lane farm, and then Lifestealer heading to the jungle era. So we have a little bit of a troll jungle lifestealer. This is 6.77.
Yeah.
God damn it, one way or another. So.
I mean, the thing is, next have got to try and win this early, but they definitely can. That Elder Titan pickup makes so much sense now. Elder Titan plus Diabolic Edict. I mean, can you imagine that? And that's damage on buildings as
Elder
well.
Titan,
I don't know whether the
Ember
aura
Spirit,
would affect
Shadow
buildings,
Demon.
but certainly great push either way.
And I mean, Elder Titan, just, you know, Starstorm with...
What? Sorry, has No Tail warded his own
order,
camp? Or is that a safe place to put a ward?
I am not an expert on this, so I don't know the answer to that question.
I know the
but
Radiant
I don't
one's
think he
quite
warded
well.
his own camp.
I would be surprised, given that he clearly intends to pull, but...
It's gonna be a support Meepo?
I guess Meepo can take care of his own farm in the jungle a bit, but yeah, Radiant here doing or QWE more specifically, doing a great job pulling off this dire wave. I've got a couple of stats coming in. Yeah, I mentioned at the beginning of the first match that Next are way behind in the league and really need to do this one to avoid finishing bottom. More specifically, coming out from Metamorphosis, in the joinDota League, Next has only won games against Virtus Pro and Screen, and lost against everybody else. I gotta say, given that FNATIC are, you know, certainly contenders for the top of the leaderboard, if they get a win here, they certainly hold their heads up high, and 1-1 would be a, you know, a real victory for them, I think. And I think it's certainly capable after last game. They are playing pretty sharp. FNATIC are just getting better early games. And then something else from Yapplejack. This is the 6th Meepo this patch. 1 win, 4 losses, and No Tail has a loss so far this patch. He's a regular Meepo player there.
All gonna get picked off here in the jungle.
Looks like he is indeed. Oh, beautiful tango there to get away. If Kiana wants to chase him, it's going to have to be under the tower. Beautiful net as well there, but enough damage. Enough damage. But amazing play there.
But Lifestealer is walking in, gonna go for the Leshrac.
Gonna pick him off. 1 for 1 already. Looks like there's oh, and Sniper rotated out from mid, but catching an arrow to the face. I used to be a sniper. Until I took an arrow to the face. Nice dodge there on the Lesh stun.
Tower is being attacked.
Elder Titan working his magic down bottom. Working his anti-magic, perhaps I should say. Sniper heading back to mids. Didn't pick up a kill or an assist there, so I'm not sure whether that was maybe a bit of a waste of time for him against... I mean, if Waterfucker hits 6 first, which it looks like he's going to, with the extra kind of mobility he'll get from Fire Remnants, Sniper could be in trouble.
Yeah, Sniper definitely does not want Ember Spirit to be closing the gap, so interesting pick from them in the draft, putting him mid against a hero that once he gets level 6, which now will be relatively soon, he could struggle in this lane. Especially with any type of support rotation.
Mantis doing a great job getting gold using his spirit, but unfortunately being forced out of XP range. He's still level 3, Lich is level 3, Doom is actually level 4. So he's being severely outlaned by FNATIC here on bottom. Big push going on top, Mirana coming in. Waiting for the arrow. Needs to find a time when she can be sure to land it, unfortunately. Looks like they're just going to chase the Dire Heroes off. FNATIC are backing out. Next, realizing that with a creep wave where it is, they really can't afford to hang around there too long, because there'll be no respite from the towers. Absolutely none. Anything to say on the starting items? I haven't really had a look at them yet. Already 3 phase boots on the map.
Yeah, interesting to see the phase boots rush from Mirana. No wand, no branches, no Aquila or anything. I would say that's probably the most interesting thing, but not necessarily surprising.
Shadow Demon and Leshrac. Oh, the arrow is wasted on a Magic Immune Lifestealer. I thought they were in trouble there, but they're actually going to get No Tail no problem once Mirana comes in. FNATIC here are going to have to back off here. Oh, the poison wave missing. Would have helped, done a little bit more damage, but no problem. Now got Lich helping out mid. I suppose because, as I said, they were winning bot lane. FNATIC were doing quite handily there. And they are probably losing mid, would be my expectation.
Yeah, Ember Spirit is 24 and 5, to Sniper's 20 and 6, so not a terrible lane, but
Although Sniper's
definitely,
catching up on experience. He's
up
only
on
about
experience.
150 behind now. It was
Oh, that's a good point.
it was significantly more than that a little while ago.
That's interesting considering that Ember Spirit really hasn't ganked at all. Surprised that he's not leading more.
I'm wondering if it was to do with lich sacrifices or something similar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear, No Tail in big
Yep.
trouble. Gets taken down again. So let's have a quick look here. Meepo 0 for 3, level 3, and yeah, the top lane is just feeding off him. Just absolutely feeding off him. Wadafucker has 6 and is chasing Sniper. He's got Remnant. He's got one out to cut off one group, one kind of method of escape, and there's another kill. So 4-1 here for Next.
FNATIC is throwing this hard.
They really are.
I mean, I know they won the first game, but Next is a good team. They can't just not take this seriously.
And just to clarify FNATIC's position in this, if they win both of these 2 games, then they will go up to the stage of being joined at the top of the leaderboard with Cloud9 and Empire. If they go 1 for 1, they're in 3rd place. So it is actually quite important for them to win.
This matters.
I'm
not impressed by their, I won't say a lack of professionalism, but they need to get their head in the game.
Yeah, when we get a bit of a lull, I'm just going to quickly go to the joinDota website and have a quick look at what exactly Position 3 means in terms of
Ember Spirit's going on Doom
progressing
on
in
bottom.
division.
Looks like he's going to dive him.
It looks like he's going to kill him. There's Doom on the Ember. Oh no, not enough to finish, and yeah. Wadafucker needs to back up though, but they have now scoped out the Doom, so Doom's going to have to be really careful for the next little while. Right, I'm going to rely on this being a little bit of a lull, leave the screen where it is for a sec, and I'll be back very, very shortly.
I will say, while Grumbles away for just a second, the other interesting item note is I'm very happy to see the early Orb of Venom picked up on Lifestealer. It's a really great pickup on Lifestealer. Helps a lot with last hitting, adds another slow for a little bit more lockdown in lane when you want to go for kills. As the arrow comes out, arrow does dodge it close. But yeah, I really like the Orb of Venom.
Yeah, Orb of Venom absolutely amazing on Lifestealer. Just looked it up. Actually, I suppose FNATIC here do have a bit more license to mess around. The top 4 positions in the pool will all progress to the finals. So maybe fair, maybe okay. They don't need to try too hard here.
Yeah, but it still affects seeding in that tournament, doesn't it?
Does
this mean?
I would imagine so.
You know
yeah.
what this could be? This could be that perhaps, as Wadafucker goes on the sniper mid, but he should be able to get out fine. This could be that they would rather play Empire than Cloud9.
Could be.
And they don't want to be, they would rather be in that 4th position than that 3rd, or however that would work.
Very, very true.
Is this somewhat of an intentional, not try too hard game?
It could be. It could be. 5-2 anyway in favor of Next. Sniper looks like he's spamming Assassinate regularly while the enemies are at full health, which of course is the way it should be played. There's absolutely no point using Assassinate
I
to
agree.
finish off a...
Although no levels in Shrapnel, so I'm a little disappointed. So I'm aware that's still a controversial.
I think
we're getting ready to go on Ember Spirit mid though.
I think possibly the logic on that might have been, I mean, you kind of use that, okay, for pushing, which maybe they're not in a position to do, and for slowing down melees to try and, you know, get a kill on them, which is going to be tricky on Ember because he's got the Fire Remnant to get away. But no, I would, that's my thinking of what they were maybe thinking, but...
leaps away top, but Lifestealer's going for her. He does hit the Orb of Venom, so 1 slow attached.
Oh.
He's gonna dive, yep, and takes her.
Excellent use there of the infest damage. Actually, when I was doing the research on the team, one of the things they said about Era was he's very, very good at using infest. It's not just a way to make health. It's not just a way to, you know, get into a ganky situation. It is actually damage with quite a high range.
Oh, great ult from Lich.
Well, if FNATIC are trying to throw this game, they're kind of throwing the opportunity to throw the game, if you know what I mean. This throne game, 100% thrown. Oh dear.
Mirana going on
Mirana
Meepo.
getting netted, but wow. Yeah, just very good play from them. I mean, the top lane's just been so fed. I'm very impressed that Lifestealer's managed to keep going here. He's been, you know, it's all about the use of rage to avoid the incoming stuns and things like that.
Although to be fair, though Mirana is leading on last hits, not being the hardest carry, it's not entirely clear what she's going to do with the farm. I mean, she's building probably a Yasha now. She has a Blade of Alacrity up. But everyone else on FNATIC is farming very, very well. Mirana's at the top, but Dune's close behind her. And then Lifestealer and Sniper are both about 300 gold ahead of the Ember Spirit. Elder Titan, of course, a lot farther behind, especially as he just dies to the Meepo.
And we are seeing a carry Doom this time. Hand of Midas up on Sniper as well, actually. So yeah, FNATIC have 2 hands of Midas up. Oh, Fly coming in here to help try and finish off the Disruptor. Can they go for Mirana as well? She's still got Leap. Oh, the Leap messes up No Tail's net. He's got another Meepo though, so he should have another net. Oh yeah, waits until she's definitely gettable. Goes in there. Oh dear, here comes the ET ult. That finishes off Meepo. FNATIC here and now in a little bit of a tricky situation. No, not with Hanny covering the retreat. Mantis moving incredibly fast for someone who's got open wounds on them.
Dire's top tower has been denied.
I think that
Dire's middle tower is
might have
being
been a.
attacked. Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
Yeah, that Astral Spirit, that movement speed aura makes a big difference. Or not aura, but oh yeah, aura.
Yeah, does indeed. Does indeed. Doom here now feeling confident enough to go and have a sniff around the Radiant jungle. Ember Spirit going to pick up an Illusion Rune. He's one of the heroes I think can do great things with Illusion Runes. Like him and Clockwork are 2 of my favourites. Clockwork with an Illusion Rune. You know, hook in, cogs out, an Illusion Rune. And then suddenly they're fighting 3 of you. You know, it's 3-on-1 at the WWF and that's just not fair. Ember putting out his remnants there to secure himself some space. I just realised the Ember remnants have a totally different model position to Ember himself, which is kind of weird. You would have thought they just
like the crouching Ember, waiting to activate.
Right. Radiant gonna find Lifestealer top. Lifestealer not too scared, or possibly just thinking, well, hitting them's my best way to get health back up. No Tail jumping straight in right on the enemy team. He's probably too exposed. Oh, just out of range of the ET ult, which was popped from far away. Meepo's gonna go down though. That's a lot of deaths for him.
FNATIC here though. They want to roll out.
FNATIC overall coming off though. Coming off better.
Oh, he dooms the illusion.
Oh, beautiful play there from Ember Spirit. Shadow Demon in real trouble here though, and then it's going to be Ember Spirit up against 3 FNATIC players. Yep, Remnant out. Very, very hard guy to kill. Does he have TP? He does. He'll be out fine, I think. There's no way they can get him. Oh, okay, just to let everybody know, davidy appears to have dropped for the minute. He'll be back with us shortly, I'm sure. Doesn't mean we're going to pause the match, obviously. Nobody cares about davidy. Nobody cares. Mirana looking to get up some farm bot. Meepo, I think, probably going for Ancients. Nope. Oh no, Golems. Hopefully do nothing. Beautiful arrow there from Mirana. Totally speculative, but wow. Actually almost hit the Meepo. Now working on farming the jungle. Keanu Reeves there on the Leshrac looking to set up a gank bot, and we've got Mantis here just farming up mid. Lich and Sniper want to try and get on him and finish him off a little bit. Yeah, very, very interesting game. I don't understand the FNATIC lineup at all. It's working for him, no doubt, but I do think there's an element of let's just have fun with this. It doesn't really matter going on, to say the least. Oh, Mirana not going for the Manta style that we were expecting. Actually, looks like she's going for some mana drain there. So that's an interesting choice. Hey, davidy.
I'm here.
Hey, have a look at the Marana items. Oh, Hani getting finished off. I mean, that's a danger.
Oh.
Sniper's so squishy.
Oh, I'm so happy to see this. I'm so happy to see this.
Yeah, along with Elder Titan, unfortunately, and Waterfucker in a bit of trouble here. Yep, goes down. Mixture of Doom and Net is definitely enough disable there to stop an Ember Spirit. But yeah, the
Very
Marana
happy to
items.
see the Marana items.
Dire's bottom
Wants
tower
that
is
mana
under
drain.
attack.
I think the Fusel Blade is a very underrated item, especially on ranged right clickers, and a relatively utility focused one like Marana.
I mean, I think it's she will want the Manta because, of course, you know the illusions will get the mana drain as well. But yeah, and there's Diabolic Edict going to work on a tower.
I think
Very,
gun
very
heroes
quick.
like the Marana, like Sniper, maybe like a Shadow Fiend, heroes that are going to be building Manta naturally in their item builds. Picking with the Diffusal Blade can be a great use of that unique attack modifier.
I can see it. I haven't actually seen it on Sniper before, but yeah, sounds legit.
No, I haven't either.
Not going at this match,
But
it seems. Is
I
he?
think it's something to be
Oh no,
considered.
he's rushing to Deso probably. He's got that Mithril Hammer up, first item since the Hand of Midas. And I mean, FNATIC know what they have to do here. They've picked a team of hard carries, which generally isn't the best idea. But if you can get to late game and everyone's got a bit of farm, then it works.
Although interestingly, I wonder if Marana is going to be going into Manta because, of course, the Diffusal Blade doesn't only procs on melee illusions. So I'm guessing that's not going to be the natural combo.
Interesting. Yeah.
The combo that she chooses to go for.
Okay. Okay. Ember just did a very good Fire Remnant out, by the way. It was Net was in mid-flight when he
Nice.
when he ran out. No Tail though, unfortunately, beginning to come online. We've got 3 Meepos out now. He's got Tranquil Boots, and that's really all he's got on any Meepo. But he's free now to start building items. 1,900 gold in the bank. What do you think he's building to? Is it a Manta style?
Guess that it's.
It could
I would
be.
guess that he's going to be going Vlad's. That's a traditional first time on Meepo, especially considering the relatively melee carry focused team. You see a 2-man smoke here from Doom and one of the Meepos, but I'm not sure.
Well, I mean,
I'm
Vlad's
surprised he hasn't
total
bought
cost.
anything as what he's doing.
So what? I mean, he's 100 gold off the entire Vlad's. Hasn't
Could
even
just be
picked
waiting
up
to finish
Bazzi.
it, or not.
And you can get that stuff from the side shop. Everything other
Is
than
it gonna
the
be
recipe.
a Radiance?
I mean, I'm wondering with Manta, because first of all, they're trolling. Second of all, he could be saving up for the Ultimate Orb, plus 10 stats, passes over to every Meepo. Or he could be looking to start off an Ag Scepter with a point booster and just haven't got to a secret shop in a while. I don't know, but let's keep an eye on that. Nice there from Ember Spirit, unfortunately running into 3 Dire team members including Meepo. Couldn't get enough disable in there to follow up after that one net though. Big push here.
3-man push from Radiant bottom.
Yeah.
But Doom is here. He's just waiting to go in.
Radiant has fortified its structures.
Dum 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 dum.
Dire's bottom tower is
Doom
under
and Lich,
attack.
possibly waiting for some of the creeps to die here. Of course, Doom can come in and just take out. Okay, Devour was up cooldown. Doom's great for clearing waves, especially if you get a Midas, because you can just go in, Doom, Devour one, Midas another, and you know, all the time you're doing AOE on whatever's left. With
Marana
Scorched
has an
Earth.
invis rune. She wants to go on Meepo. But they're gonna back up. It's pushing Lightstealer out of the top lane.
It's Era against Watap on the top lane. Doesn't look like much is really going to happen there. Seems both people happy to just back off. Radiant's still looking to push
Probably
up the
gonna
spot
see
lane.
Top tower is under siege.
Do you think we're gonna see an AC or a Shiva's come out from this Doom? He's got the plate mail, has about 2,000 in the bank.
Oh yeah, and check up on that Meepo. Maybe he bought something.
Marana ult.
My guess would definitely be Assault. I mean, Shiva's is great on Doom, just that extra little bit of AoE, extra slow. But they've got Orbs of Venom on 2 heroes for a bit of slow, and they could be stacking anti-armor because Sniper's going for a very fast deso. So my gut would be that they're going for Assault Curious. Now going up on the Ember Spirit, he's got netted, but he's out to a Remnant. He's out to a Remnant. It's a bit like the Broodmother phenomenon. You know, you can have an entire team chasing one hero.
Meepo was going for Blink. That's what he was saving for.
Right, okay. I assume that's been picked up now.
They're gonna go on this Ember Spirit. So he pops drums and just runs.
Arnie here, finishing off his Desolator very, very quickly. In fact, yep, I think that's the recipe coming out now. Arnie has Desolator. Keanu in real trouble here. Wow. That damage! That damage! I mean, right now Dire are kind of dominating 2 of the lanes. We've got Doom coming down on Ember Spirit on Wata, so that just eliminates all of his ability to escape. The TP stop are actually cancelled, and then good thing too, because that would just have been suicide. Yeah, thoughts on that?
No, I'm hoping that the split push was able to do more for Radiant than it was, but now they just again really lacking for hard carries. I mean, Ember Spirit certainly can go late. Mirana can in a pinch, but when you run a dual core lineup and FNATIC goes as greedy as they went, they did punish the Meepo pick a lot in the early game, and I think, you know, that's great. They just were not able to do things. This is again the sort of time of the game where things are going to start getting worse and worse for them instead of better and better. They only have about 10 more minutes to try to make something happen here.
I agree.
They really need to use this. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was saying that they have this Elder Titan, which their whole team was. Oh, it's Shadow's about to be torn apart here. Oh, good disruption, but shouldn't be in time.
Oh dear, and Mantis getting too close. Open wounds just come straight out afterwards. Rage had worn off, manages to slow down the lifestealer, but Army of Meepos too strong. Got a couple of stats coming in quickly actually. But yeah, go for it. You finish your thing. I'll read up on them and then.
I was just gonna say the next whole team was built around this Elder Titan ult. I mean, Elder Titan aura and all the things he was going to do with them and all the ways he was going to amplify all these great magic damage items they went. But yet they didn't group up early and take advantage of it.
Yeah.
They tried to split push and farm, and when you go with a dual core lineup with burst magic damage, if you don't group up early and use it, then your enemies are going to be able to outfarm you. They're going to get BKBs, and then at a certain point your strategy is just not going to be worth it. And because you're only a dual core, you're not going to go late game anyway. And Mirana not being much of a core, you know, and the Ember Spirit not being the hardest of carry up against a Lifestealer and a Doom who are certainly happy to go late game and a Meebo support. I think they needed to group up early and try to force fights as 5 when they could, and they chose not to do that.
I mean, Lifestealer's rage aside, there actually still isn't a single BKB up on FNATIC.
That's true.
Couple of interesting item things just quickly before they become totally redundant. We've still, again, we're seeing lots of braces being picked up by next supports. Not as much on QWE, but Leshrac, Keanu Reeves currently has 3 braces. I can kind of see that for the same kind of reason as last time, but again, I'm kind of hesitant.
3 bracers?
3 braces. I'm thinking there are just utility items that they need that they don't have. Although it does look like this game they've... Yeah, they've got an Urn up, they've got a mech on the ET, they've got Drum on Ember Spirit, but that just means that the carries, or the people who have the potential to carry, aren't getting carry items. So I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I'm surprised. And the supports seem to just be stacking bracers and not building support items, and then their carries are the ones building support items, and that's why they're lacking so much for carry damage.
Yeah, I mean, especially Ember, I think he's probably working on Deso now, but he needed that much earlier, and that would have been devastating. Also, a couple of stats coming in from Yapplejack. This is, since most recent patch, this is the first Diffuser Blade that we've had on Mirana, and the first Blink Dagger that we've had on Meepo. So, there's some stats for you. Very interesting
Blink
game.
Is, if not core on Meepo, very common, so I'm not surprised to see the Blink. You just don't see a lot of Meepo, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's the reason, as you say, it is pretty core on him. Radiant here trying desperately to get away. Oh, headshot. Oh dear. That Titan Spirit miles away, taking quite a lot of damage off that creep wave on its epic journey back to Ember Spirit. Dire getting a Rosh ward up. Are there plays to be made? Next here looking to defend their mid tower. Possibly just get some harass on? Yeah, just some harass. Lifestealer's hunting. Oh, Lifestealer found Mirana! Haven't seen her ult. Oh, well, actually it's on cooldown, so it must have gone down.
Oh,
Figured
arrow
it was
misses.
Beautiful bolus there from...
BT ult comes in. Hits Doom.
when I say bolus, I mean searing chains, because that's a bolus. Oh dear, looks like we're going to have Meepo Puffs here coming in. Oh dear. Oh dear. Much squash, such wow.
I just think it's kind of too late. There was that, 13 to 23 minute window where that combo could have been very effective, but they didn't use it.
I mean, some very good plays, and I mean, very good skill as well. They proved early game that, in terms of just raw ability, I think they're equal with FNATIC, or very, very close, certainly. But it's a team strategy that's let them down here. They're up against a very unusual team, almost a troll team, almost a pub team, and that's beatable with specific tactics. But if you don't use those specific tactics, you're going to suffer what people suffer in pubs, and that is a whole bunch of carries, more than should be allowed, all getting farmed. And the Lich pick up a very, very intelligent support for a team full of carries, because of course he's got that sacrifice to get you even more XP. Mirana ult has gone down. I guess they're hoping to get some sneaky chase here.
Drums to get out, but Purge activated on Lifestealer. He should
there
fall.
He is.
Yep.
There he is. He's down.
That's 1,000 gold to Mirana.
Meepos are out. Lich is probably safe, given that he's not the one being chased. Mirana probably looking to get an arrow off, but chasing way too far. Her team aren't with her. Meepo does a beautiful blink, puff, net, and Doom is right there to help with the DPS.
But you see, when they did group up as 5, they were a lot more effective than they were trying to go for pickoffs.
Beautiful Lich ult coming in here, going to finish
now.
off. Yeah, basically doing all of the work on Shadow Demon, Elder Titan, and quite a lot on Leshrac as well. And now Dire, I think, can just run down mid lane.
Should be able to.
Having a quick
20
look.
seconds.
I shudder to do this, but XP graph, not as bad as last game. 30,000 ahead in favour of FNATIC as we get into what's probably going to be the final push, and 20,000 ahead in terms of gold. But yeah, FNATIC have definitely been on top of this. I don't think it's been entirely deserved. I think they've snowballed incredibly well in both matches. And okay, that's then deserved, because snowballing is a skill and it's not easy. But yeah, I guess I'm just trying to say I think Next have been doing some wonderful plays as well. I think their team strategies maybe let them down. Dire looking for Rosh maybe? Oh. Big scribbling going on here from Ember Spirit. Scouting arrow does not reveal anything. David, are you there, or have you DC'd again?
I'm here. Just watch it closely.
Good. Yeah, it's one of those games. Blink and you'll miss something. More blink and you'll Meepo. Okay, have a quick look at Leshrac's items.
Oh, this has to be a troll. I don't.
Well,
It's a very odd series.
I don't think it's troll. I think it's desperation maybe. But I mean, Bracer you can build with very little farm. You're kind of talking everything costs between 150 and 200 gold. The stats it gives you are amazing. I'm.
True. It's a great item.
Yeah, I mean it's.
Nothing wrong with Bracer.
Yeah. I think they're just multiple casual bracers. Just for a bit more tankiness.
This is the second game in a row that both Leshrac or Shadow that we've seen sports build a lot of bracers.
Yes.
And again,
QWE this time.
that they would want the bracers, but a mech gives a lot of tankiness too, and I guess Elder Titan is a fine mech carrier, so I don't have a problem with that. But Pipe would give a lot of tankiness. Drums would give a lot of tankiness. All these great support items also provide great stats and some of these benefits. But again, they're forcing them onto their carries to build the support items instead of taking them on themselves.
I mean, I think the particularly strange choice is the Urn on Shadow Demon. I don't get that. Why not switch that with the mech on Elder Titan? Elder Titan's the one who's going to be near the kills. Just as a, you know, throwing that out.
I think both are legitimate. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, the main reason I'm saying that is that's your hard support item, and then you're giving it to a hard support.
Oh, we're not trying to blade man now, but not enough.
Oh, Meepo gonna go down, but Mirana finished off there by the assassination, and they're gonna get bot racks as well. Big buybacks coming back though from next. Oh, disconnect from Mirana. Not sure what that's.
No
yep, no pause either. Basher is going to prevent the Leshrac from being able to TP out. Meepo also disconnecting.
Yeah, I don't think...
There's a call there from
I'm kind of getting the impression that
Leshrac.
this is not all in good fun. Could be wrong.
I don't either. I don't either. But I guess it's probably not good to speculate without knowing. But that's certainly the vibe
I
I'm
wouldn't
getting.
want to imply something that isn't true. So there's certainly we have no hard evidence of that.
Yeah. But wow, what a couple of games. Certainly, I think the most interesting ones we've casted in this tournament.
Interesting would be definitely one way to put it.
Interesting to word. Yeah, interesting to word. Anyway, thank you very much, Davidy.
Very glad to be here.
Link to your channel is in the description for all of these. I think it's actually now in the description for all my videos because I couldn't be bothered to have two. But yeah, thanks to anybody watching on stream.
King of the Hill tonight.
Yep, King of the Hill tonight. Oh yeah, we should probably do a shout out for that. There's down below on my stream. There's rules. There's ways to get involved. There's everything else. So yeah, if you fancy playing with us, possibly winning a mythical item, let us know. And yeah, goodbye stream. See you later on tonight. Ciao.
Yep.